is the moment BrahjCast fans listening around the world have been waiting for. Live from the BrahjCast studios in Mazomanie, Wisconsin, it's time! 1 hour of mind-blowing conversation for the podcasting championship of the world. Introducing first, casting out of his office corner, he is a Jiu-Jitsu Grandmaster and a black belt at Knowledge Bomb University, boasting a perfect podcasting record of 420 wins with 0 losses. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Mazomanie, Wisconsin, introducing the reigning, defending, podcasting champion of the world, the BrahjCast's very own Christopher Michael Carowitz.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the BrahjCast, and I'm here with my buddy out in New York, Victor Negron. Victor Negron, say hello to the millions.
Yo. Sorry, I didn't know what to say.
You haven't been practicing?
I don't have cool intros like all the other guys.
Man, I got to work on it. Every time I do my shit on my videos, I'm like, God, I got to do something better. I got to do something new, man, because I can only yell out, say it with me now at certain points in the day because I live in an apartment complex. So sometimes the wife's out recording or not recording, but she's out watching her shows, and I don't want to sound like a dope, screaming in here. So I always wonder, maybe I should change up my intro. What is your intro? You just usually just are like, hey, what's up?
Talking.
Yeah, fuck, man, it's so easy. I put so much pressure on myself. Put so much pressure on myself, man. It sucks. I just gotta be me. It's what it is. That's what we'll talk about later on. Maybe a couple of New Year's resolutions, and that's gonna be one of them for me. But whatever.
You mean this is not you?
What's up?
You mean this is not you?
No, this is me. This is me. The champ isn't here yet. But this is never ever about me. It's always about you. You know that. The podcast always, if you've listened to the other ones, I'm always trying to get to know YouTubers out there, because I got into this game what I would consider late. I've only been here for about a year, and it seems like there's all this love and camaraderie and brotherhood that I'm trying to get to know everybody. So that's why I bring everybody onto the podcast and chat your ear off for an hour. So first things first, like I ask everybody, give me like a 5-minute rundown of kind of like how you got into collecting. Like, was there a first card or a
man, 5 minutes?
Yeah, right. You gotta condense it.
It'll probably be an hour.
Hey, shoot, go for it. I'd be glad just to listen to you talk, my friend. So yeah, give me the 5-minute version of how you got into it.
Yeah, really. I just remember, I used to collect the Marvel cards, in the early 90s. It was mostly because of my older brother. He used to buy them. And so we're, working on the set together. But then he kind of got out of it because there's a 5-year difference between us. So, at some point he starts to get into other stuff. So I kind of took over the collection. And then when it started with sports cards I would go to, corner stores to buy the Marvel cards and whatnot. But I had started watching the NBA. I was becoming a fan of the NBA, and it just kind of happened serendipitously. I know that's that's a big word for some of you guys.
Late at night, dropping that with 5 minutes of this thing, you're dropping serendipitous.
Yeah, I saw the guy had a pack of 93, 94 Upper Deck basketball. I had no intention of buying basketball cards when I went in there that day, but it was one of those things where it was kind of calling out to me. I still remember what the wrapper looked like. It had Jordan on it. So
hell yeah.
I said, give me one of those packs, and I opened it up. All I wanted was a Jordan card out of that pack. Could have been any kind of Jordan, checklist, whatever. And I did end up pulling a Jordan. I've shown it a few times on the channel. It's like a team leader, season leader, some of that shit. Like,
Nice. Yep.
cheap dollar card that card number 500 in the set back when they had like 700 cards in the set.
Man, yep.
But yeah, even back then it wasn't worth much. But to me, it was like finding gold. Like I was so happy with that. And, I would hate to compare it to this because I know somebody will take it the wrong way. But I guess it's something like when you get hooked to a drug, like when I got that feeling from pulling that Jordan card, I just kind of been chasing that feeling ever since. It was just so cool to know what you want out of the pack and pull it out. And for the rest of that year, I just kept buying a ton of basketball packs, pretty much abandoned the marble cards. And yeah, for the next few years, all I was buying was NBA cards, and eventually shifted to baseball, which is a whole nother story. If you want to get into that, I don't know.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised you're the first person actually. I'm not surprised. I guess it's just refreshing. Usually everybody has the same story where mid 80s, they got their first kind of packs of baseball cards. And the story, just kind of did it for a couple of years. And like the 93, 94 era where you were starting is where they were getting out of it and shifting gears and stuff like that, and then coming back into the hobby later. And I relate that to the fact that's kind of my story with the blend of years, because I left the baseball card scene in like the early 90s because Canseco was traded. That was it. That was kind of my last. That was who I was watching and what was keeping me interested and everything like that. So we got traded out of Oakland. It was weird for me. And then, like you said, basketball was really getting.
Yeah, basketball was it at that time.
Was it, man? Shaq. I mean, the marketing was insane. Shaq and Penny, Jordan.
They had the NBA on NBC every Sunday.
Dude, yeah.
Triple headers.
Yeah. All of a sudden, man.
Yeah, they were doing everything right back then.
Yeah, 100%. And baseball was getting stale as fuck. So gone. I was gone. And of course, it wasn't until 98 when, fucking Super Juicer, Big Mac and Griffey, and not Griffey wasn't juice, I don't think, but Sosa, they were having an awesome home run race. Juicing. Probably, right? 100%. 100%. But that's what got my interest.
I'm trying to get some good comments going.
Yeah, I would, man. Griffey still is in my mind that one that he still has that halo over his head for some reason for me. I don't know a lot of details. I know, of course, all his highlights, his stats, but I don't know anything really about his personal life.
Yeah, well, I can get into some feelings about Griffey, but I want to backtrack a bit first.
Yeah, 100%. Let's backtrack. Go for it.
Kind of explaining like how I went into buying all those basketball packs and kind of could just throw away like marble. Like what would happen with the marble cards was, I think any set collector could kind of know what this is all about. Like you get to that point where you're only missing like 5 cards.
Yeah.
You keep buying pack after pack. You can't get the cards you need. And you got to remember this, back then you couldn't just go on eBay and
pre-eBay. Yep. Whole different ball game.
So that stuff started to get really boring. And like we were talking about, like the NBA was so hot back then. I was a fan of like the NBA in general, not really just like 1 or 2 teams.
For sure.
So NBA packs were like so exciting to me because you could open an NBA pack and literally every pack had a bunch of cards that I wanted.
Yep. Dale Ellis.
Yeah.
Fucking Deadlift Shrimp.
I wanted cards of all these players that I was watching on TV. So every single pack was exciting. And then you had inserts and all that. So I was just hooked for the next few years on basketball.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. The card designs were great, man. Oh, boy, that was when like Fleer Metal was coming out and shit, and like
Fleer Ultra. I remember I used to think Fleer Ultra was high-end stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it was, man. It was for that era, man.
I was like, what? You want like $1.50 for a pack?
Right? Are you kidding, bro? Like, what? Where's my tops? So you've been collecting like it just continued. You weren't the story where like you took a break for a while and picked it back up. You've just been collecting forever.
That's moving like way forward, Chris.
Well, I know, right? Here I am looking at my notes, freaking out about time. We've been here for 1 minute. I'm already at the end of my shit.
I want to explain just real quick how I got into made the transition into baseball, because eventually baseball took over as my number one.
Man, you're a good co-host, bro. We might have to be working on. We have even maybe have said this during BFRG. You are a good co-host. But anyway, and I'm the worst because I'm already cutting you off. But go ahead and continue your story.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Damn it, right? How you how you went into baseball cards.
Yeah, so what ended up happening, like usually what ends up happening, like I said, I was watching basketball, made me get into the cards. Same thing happened with like wrestling, like watching wrestling. I like to get the cards.
100%.
And so that's what kind of happened with baseball. Like around 95, I started to, actually 94, I started to follow the Yankees a bit more. But then what ended up happening, if you remember, that they had the strike that year.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, like there was no playoffs, no World Series, nothing.
Right.
So the Yankees were finally good for the first time in my life, and there was no playoffs. So that kind of sucked, but it kind of left me anticipating the next year of baseball. So around 95, I started buying a few more baseball packs. I'd say I still was like 90% basketball, but started to get into it more. And then 95, again, how it ties in from watching the sport to getting in more into the cards. Like 95, the Yankees had to get really hot down the stretch to get into the playoffs. They had to have like a really good September. I remember being really into that, watching all the games. They had
For
to
sure.
win, like, I don't know, like 21 games or something in September to
Sounds
get in.
like the Brewers this year, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first ever wild card year too, so that was kind of interesting. So they ended up winning the first ever American League wild card, which is really cool. They won it on the last day in Toronto. I'll never forget it, Mattingly pounding the dirt because that was the first time he ever got into playoffs. So all of this was getting me really into baseball all of a sudden.
Nice.
Like all of a sudden, baseball was like my sport. And then they went and had, then they went and had that great series with Seattle in the first round, which I don't know who remembers that, but it was a best of 5. First 2 games at Yankee Stadium, next 3 in Seattle. That's how the format was back then. I guess they were still kind of toying with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yankees won the first 2 games at Yankee Stadium, lost the next 3 in Seattle.
Oof.
It was a classic series. All the games were really good. A couple of them went extra innings. The final one went extra innings. Yankees had the lead. I'll never forget it. Edgar Martinez rips a double down the line, and Ken Griffey Jr. comes in to score. So this is where I tied Ken Griffey back in. Because, you know, everybody loved Ken Griffey back then. But for the longest time, I was like, fuck Ken Griffey. Because he comes in, he slides home. He's got that big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Kick him in the face.
Yeah, right? Bunch of dirt in your teeth.
Yeah, for the longest time after that, I hated Seattle. And it was tough because they were a tough team to hate. They had a lot of likable players.
They did.
You know, they had Griffey, who everybody wanted to be Griffey on the playground.
Yeah.
They had Edgar. They had Randy Johnson.
And Edgar Martinez was awesome.
They had Jay Buhner, who was just cool with his bald head.
Bald and goatee. He'd smash in 40 home runs.
He'd strike out a bunch of times. But he'd strike 500 feet. So, yeah, they were a cool team, but I hated their guts because they owned the Yankees for a few years. But, yeah, all that kind of stuff got me more into watching baseball. And because of that, I started buying more baseball packs. And really, that series, now in hindsight, is probably the best thing that could have happened to my collecting because that entire offseason, I was just so jacked for the 96 season because I wanted revenge. I wanted the Yankees to get back there. And so the whole offseason, I went back, started buying some of the 95 packs that I hadn't bought yet. Once the new 96 packs started coming out, started buying a bunch of those. Started following all the Yankee trade rumors, everything. I was just like so into baseball at that point. And so baseball started to take over. I'd say at that point it was like 50-50 with basketball, but towards the late 90s, it kind of went more towards baseball. And I can kind of explain why if you want me to get into that.
Yeah, go. Yeah, segue right into it, brother.
Well, I was trying to pause for a minute so I could take a sip of my beer, but
no, yeah, go for it. You're out in New York, right? You became a Yankees fan, or started following them because you're in New York.
Yeah, I'm in the Bronx.
Yeah, born and raised, or how's that go?
Yeah, born and raised.
Nice.
And
how far is like Yankee Stadium from you?
Probably 15-20 minutes.
Oh no, shit, that's it, huh? That's awesome. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Nice, man.
But the thing is, back when I was growing up, like the Yankees were terrible, but they were still kind of cool because they had guys like Don Mattingly and Winfield. Yeah, so they always had players that were popular, so they were always being talked about and always considered like a cool team to root for.
Yeah, Don Mattingly always had like a fucking 340 batting average, man. It was like him, Wade Boggs, and Tony Gwynn that would just have these ridiculous batting averages every single year. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he was my favorite for a while. Like, even though when I started watching the Yankees, he was like towards the tail end. You know, he had a lot of back issues and whatnot.
Yep, yep,
But you just knew, like, the way people talked about him, the way people were
100%.
around him, like, you knew he was the shit. Like,
Yep,
the way he
yep.
carried himself, the way he prepared. Like, backtracking a bit to that Seattle series, like in Game 2, Don Mattingly crushed the home run. And by the way, he hit like over 400 in that series, in the
Yep,
playoff series.
yep.
He was just amazing that series, which we were so happy for. But Game 2, he crushed the home run. I'll never forget it. Like, if there had been a roof on Yankee Stadium, they would have blown that thing right off. The fans were just so happy for him. Like, that was
Yeah,
the cool thing about it. That's the
100%.
thing that really hurt too, because we wanted him to win that World Series. And
Yep.
when it got cut short like that, I'd say that was the first time that I was actually like hurt by a sport. Like, like before then, sports were just like some fun thing to watch.
Right,
But
right.
after that series, like, that was the first time it got personal. Like I said, like I told you, for a while it was like, fuck Seattle, man. Like, they robbed us of that moment. But in a way, it kind of made it really cool because it really got me more invested.
100%.
And like I said, it made me so jacked up for the '96 season that it just made me a huge fan. And they ended up winning in '96, so that just made that so sweet. The only thing that hurt was that Mattingly wasn't on that team, but still, like, it was so sweet to see the Yankees come back the way they did and win the next year.
Did Mattingly go to another team, or did he retire strictly as a
he
Yankee?
retired. Well, he kind of just like didn't sign, but he didn't like officially. He didn't announce that he was retiring.
Gotcha.
So I remember for the next 2 years, I remember there was always rumors that maybe he'll come back, maybe he'll be a DH.
Right.
But it never ended up happening. He just stayed away.
Well, that's probably good. He probably knew.
Yeah, he was done.
You don't want to fuck off like that.
Done. It was perfect for him to go out the way he did with
For
that
sure.
playoff series, just proving he was the man one more time.
100%. It sounds like you like Don Mattingly a lot, but is Bernie Williams higher than him on like your fandom list?
The thing. Like Bernie eventually took over because
for sure
it kind of became his team before Jeter came and fucking stole it from him.
Right. I never understood. Maybe we can get into that in a little bit as you work your way into this, but
I mean, yeah, we're probably gonna have to do like 2 or 3 parts.
Right. I never really understood what it was about Jeter. If he was just like the captain, like the super leader.
Nah, don't get me wrong. I love Jeter, but
I never really understood what it was.
I guess he became like the casual fans' favorite.
Yeah, it's
because he had that golden smile and
right.
Appearing on all this stuff. He was dating supermodels. He was a superstar.
Right.
Bernie was never a superstar, but he was a tremendous all-around player.
Yeah, he was
like the quiet leader.
Yep. He was center field, correct?
Yeah, center
field. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, he could play some
that's
D.
Like everybody dreams of being center field for the Yankees. And he did
it
for like over a decade.
That's
won,
crazy.
Like 4 Gold Gloves. He was the batting champion in '98. I mean, I can go into his numbers, but I'll do that another
time. Damn, I didn't know he was a batting champ.
Yeah, in '98 he won the batting title.
But what was his average? 360s?
I can't quite remember. Maybe like 349, something
340,
like that.
350, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Back when people used to hit that high.
I know, man. That's amazing and consistently again to fucking Boggs and dude, switch.
He had speed. He could play defense. He was a tremendous player.
Man.
And he was Puerto Rican, which I am, so that helped too.
So yeah, I noticed you have a nice like side PC going of Puerto Rican like autographs or just kind of whatever.
Basically anything, yeah.
For sure, right?
That started much later, that I'd say that's within the past like 5 years or so that really blew up. But for the longest time, it was mostly just Yankees, centered around Bernie, of course.
How come no love for the Knicks? Or like?
No, I have love for the Knicks.
Yeah, and like your Giants and shit like that on the side, or?
Oh yeah. Like that's the thing. I always say, like, I feel like you guys haven't seen like 75% of my collection because I have so much stuff for those New York teams.
No doubt.
So many side PCs and all this stuff that I haven't shown yet. That's
well,
kind of one of the goals for the new year. I've been talking about that with Matt from Passion for Cars and a few other guys. Like,
for sure.
I want to start showing more of the stuff that I actually have instead of showing like the stuff I get in the mail every week.
Yep.
So
I
that's kind
agree.
of the switch I want to make for the new year.
I agree, man, and I implore or challenge everybody who's listening to this, and anybody who's listening to this probably has their own YouTube channel going. Fucking switch it up next year, man. Like, add something to your shit. You know, like myself included. Just try to like show some binders
Yeah,
or
not
switch
that
your
there's anything wrong.
location. Yeah,
Not that
exactly. But
there's nothing wrong
just
with the mail
challenging
day
yourself
videos. I
to
just
get a
feel
little bit
like,
more creative and think a
yeah, I
little
just
bit.
feel like everybody's doing the mail day videos.
Yeah, 100%. And please, dear God, open the fucking mail and then press record, please. I don't want to see
I'm
you
glad you said it. I
open.
didn't want to say it.
I have this in a note here to make sure that I tell everybody how awesome you are, because you don't fucking do that, man.
Yeah.
I hate watching people just open their mail. It's like, dude,
And at least if you're gonna like go get scissors or something, pause the video and
pause
then
the
come back.
video, man. It ain't that hard. We don't care, man. Like, and that
Yeah,
shit gets
I
me
don't
to
need to
just
see you pulling the tape off of the stuff.
right
Like,
and struggling,
just
you
show
know,
me
and
what's in there.
yes, struggling and like not knowing what to fucking say. It's like, oh, I'm only taking a dump for so long, dude. It's like you only have so much time to
Like,
fucking
that's
get
why
this package
most
open.
of my videos, like once I hit record, my shit's ready to go right there.
Yeah, 100%. I don't need
I
to
don't want to
see
keep
the
you there for 10
package.
minutes.
Right? It's like people won't believe that you got this in the mail if you don't
And
show
if they
the
don't, who
actual
cares? Watch
fucking
something
thing.
else.
Right. And it's not like we're pulling out like fucking monsters. We're all pulling out our own cool shit. So is what it is, peeps. If you fucking show mail, man, knock that shit off. You're done. It's over. 2019 is the
Oh man, that's
year
it.
of
I'm
no
losing
more
like 10
fucking
subscribers
mail.
after
Right.
this.
Oh, I've lost 10 subscribers in the last like 2 weeks. I don't get it.
I usually like gain 2 and then lose 2 like every couple of weeks.
It's weird. It's weird. I wonder what that is. I wonder why I'm not plugged into the YouTube algorithm,
I've learned to
man.
just not think about it at all. Just,
Yeah, there you go. Fuck it. Fuck it. So, hey, backtracking a lot here.
yeah, we're all over the place.
Right? Right? I wanted to know, like, you said you got cards growing up, packs here, packs there. See, you're in New York, like a very dense and condensed area. I'm in Wisconsin where it's fucking spread out. So, like, did you have card shops? Like, my vision of New York is like card shops all over the place in like the 80s,
We had like
90s.
we had like what I call like ghetto card shops, like
Bodegas and shit.
not even bodegas. Like I'm talking about like some dude in his apartment, like had
Fuck
like a big shit
yeah.
card shop, like, but everybody knew about it.
That's awesome.
Like we would spread the word. Like I remember my cousin took me to this card shop on the top floor of some like crackhead building. This crazy guy up there. He was a crazy guy, but he had some amazing deals. So I loved going to him.
Fucking stolen as fuck, man. He had some
I would always
amazing
buy my
deals.
boxes from that guy because
That's
this
awesome.
is back in the day before eBay, so you couldn't get like really good hobby box deals.
Absolutely, 100%.
This guy, he always had the best hobby box deals. So I would go to him, even though I was probably risking my life going up there.
Fuck yeah, that's hilarious.
That's how bad we had it. We had to get our cards no matter what.
We had just like maybe one. It was like the coin shop, which was about 10 minutes away, but that adapted into more of baseball cards and eventually like Magic the Gathering and shit like that, which that I played that for a long fucking time. But other than that area, which that was like a strip mall, and it was like one little shop, and it was like a half of a store, so it was super fucking small. Other than that, I had to go like at least like a half hour, 45 minutes away to the next biggest real city, like Janesville and shit. And you know, without a car, nobody's gonna fucking drive me to go buy some baseball cards and shit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like,
We had good ones around here too, but they were always a little bit further away.
Yeah.
So
but you had like Subway and fucking, you know, like a Subway or a way to kind of get around the city, right?
Nobody wanted to go through all that, so
fuck that shit, right?
Yeah, me and my friends, we would just go to whatever was closest.
Whatever dude's apartment that was a baseball card shop. Oh man, yeah. And again, man, without eBay, dude, I would look at like man, back in the day, I don't know if you remember. Besides Beckett, they had like Sports Cards Trader.
Oh yeah, I hate
a
it though.
thick ass magazine called Tough Stuff that was like just these off Beckett's, you know.
Yeah, I hated those, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why is that?
Because I always had Beckett, which was like the most on point pricing,
Right.
and my friends always had those knockoff ones,
Which
which
made their
everything
cards more valuable.
yeah, everything was usually much higher on there. So when we're
Yes.
trying to pull off a trade and we're
Yep.
comparing prices, their
Yep.
prices are so much higher than what I'm thinking the prices are. And it always created conflict with our trades.
Right. No, Beckett is yeah, as you know, Beckett is the standard. It's crazy how it's
Yeah, I still
still
have
the
some of my
standard,
old
man.
Beckett's. I look at them from time to time.
It's cool
really,
to do that.
I kind of missed that whole era of like looking up stuff. I
Yep.
think Come If an Egg was talking about it recently.
Yep. It's I have a Jose Canseco Beckett, and when I got that in the mail, man, just thumbing through that, it's priceless. Just the little ads, the little articles, an article on Scott Erickson being the next Nolan Ryan, without a doubt, bank
Yeah, I
on
remember when I
it.
first found out about TTMs was through Beckett.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So I started trying it out, got a few. I never knew what TTMs was till I read an article. I saw somebody got like a Chris Hoyle's TTM. I was like, wow, you could get free autographs?
Right. It's mostly, I've never done that. I do watch a lot of, I enjoy watching a lot of those videos. It sounds like more or less you kind of throw like a donation in with it, or what? What do you think?
Well, for like the Hall of Famers and stuff, yeah, you do donations and whatnot. But for like Chris Hoyles, no, you just send them a card.
It's like, shit, honey, look, somebody fucking send me a card. Is it self-addressed stamped envelope, all that? Like, Is that how you do it? Okay, so they just, don't have to do any work, just sign it and put the card back in?
Yeah, I don't know if you know Mike O. He did a really great video, like tutorial about it.
I should check that out. Yeah, I do know him.
I refer people to that video because he covered every base you could think of on that.
Awesome.
Because he's like one of the TTM kings out there.
Get him while it's hot, because the era that we're in now, the people that retire with millions of dollars, they ain't going to give a fuck about your TTM. I'll tell you that. They're just going to fucking throw that shit right in the trash. Dear sir.
I don't know. CC Sabathia's been signing some recently.
Oh, shit.
If it is really him.
Right. Oh, the Brewers we had him for one half of a season, and we used and abused him so bad. I think we pitched him every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, I remember that. The funny thing is, because of that, I didn't want the Yankees to get him. I said, This guy's not going to last very long.
He's broken.
And as it turns out, he's been one of my favorite pitchers, just because, he's one of those guys, like, I don't know how you call him, like a grinder or whatever, but like, he might give up some runs, but he's the guy you want out there in a big spot because he's not going to get intimidated.
That's 100%. That's a big.
I love those types of old school pitchers like that, like David Cohn back in the day.
Oh shit! Now you're naming some names. There you go. What about Rob Dibble? What's up?
I know some people are gonna kind of roll their eyes, but like, here he goes talking about the old guys again.
David fucking Cohn, man. I liked Rob Dibble, Mitch Williams.
Postseason when Luis Severino got pulled after like 4 1/3 innings, and he gets a standing ovation. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right. Come on.
Can you imagine David Cohn coming out at 4.5 innings or something? Like, he wasn't coming out to like the 7th inning. I remember.
Right.
Well, backtracking again, old school stuff, but I think it was Game 3 of the '96 World Series.
Excuse me.
Was that David Cohn? Yeah, I think it was David Cohn. And Joe Torre went out and like got in his face because the bases were loaded. So he's basically asking him like, "Should I get you out of here? Can you get this next guy, whatever?" And David Cohn was like, "Yeah, I can get this next guy." Like, you kidding me? Like,
right? Fuck this.
But it's funny because David Cohn now tells us that story, and he says that when that happened, David Cohn himself knew he had nothing left. He wasn't sure if he could get the next guy out, but he wasn't going to come out. Not in the playoff game. Now it's like, you give 4 innings, I guess that's good enough.
Right? Isn't that weird? What the fuck is that?
I absolutely hate it. Like, as soon as a guy gets 2 guys on, the bullpen is up. Like, I absolutely hate it.
It's a different game, that's for sure.
I mean, the same thing could be said about NBA. It's totally different, but I think we could do a whole hour just on that.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know much. Yeah, the game has changed, and that's cool. it's always going to change, and the game will evolve again back to the more 90s style of play, not the 3-point game. But like you said, that is for another day. I'm talking with Victor Negron from Victor Negron Cards. Mr. 450 subs. What's up? How old is your channel?
Really? That's news to me. I thought I was at 448.
Oh shit. You know what? Let me look here. I might have been rounding up. You're at 449.
All right.
We'll call it 450. How long have you been doing this? How long what got you? Let's start there. What got you into starting your own channel?
Oh man, you have me all over the place.
I know, right? Boom, 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 like a fucking pinball.
Well, yeah, what got me started was, I think everybody has a similar story where we were watching for like a year before we got started. So that kind of happened with me. I was watching card videos for a while, and then you reach that point where you're like, I can do this. You're like, I have cool cards too.
Right, I want to show these motherfuckers what I got. Shit.
But if you really want to get like a little more in depth to it, it's funny you mentioned Magic the Gathering earlier, because it started with a Magic the Gathering channel that I was watching, and I'm not even into that stuff. I know nothing about that stuff. I'm not into it, but I kind of found this channel just, again, that word, serendipitously. I think I actually might have been looking up like how to start a card shop or something like that, because I think all of us that are fans of this hobby at some point have kind of had dreams of starting a card shop.
That would be awesome.
So I kind of stumbled upon this channel where this guy had a card shop in Ohio. It was basically mostly Magic the Gathering, but he was shooting videos like every day, just showing you what goes on in the card shop. So I was like super intrigued by that. I was hooked by it. I was watching it. And then, I don't know if you know Ricky Russo, but
yep,
Ricky Russo sent that shop some cards, because he just sends people free cards all the time just for anything.
For sure.
So then he sent them like some baseball cards or something. And it kind of hit me like, why am I watching this Magic the Gathering channel when I don't know anything about this shit? Like, I could be watching some sports cards channel. So that's when I kind of made the transition and started with Ricky Russo. I clicked on him, and he's opening all this super high-end stuff like Immaculate and National Treasures, which I had never even seen any of that stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, this stuff is amazing. He's telling you how much the boxes cost, and he's opening cases of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. So then I just started, because he would like sometimes refer to other people in his videos. So I started checking some of those people out, and then it just kept growing. Before I know it, I'm subscribed to like 100 card channels. so through watching all those channels, like I said, eventually I said, I'm gonna do this too. And so Ricky, and there was another guy by the name of Jackie Young, they kind of encouraged me to get a channel going. And they just kept saying, like, basically just do it. Like, because I just kept like overthinking it. They said, just do it. Just make a video.
Right. Just start.
Yeah, that would be my advice to anybody. If you're thinking about it, just set up some cards. Like if you're shooting with your phone, whatever, hit record, just show the cards. I actually just saw my first video the other day, because it coming for Egg commented on the video for the first time the other day. So I went back and looked at it, and my God, it was terrible. Yeah. It was about a minute video. I barely said anything about the cards. But you know what? It got me started. So that's the thing. You got to start somewhere. So that video got me started, and I didn't know how long I'd be doing it. Like, I didn't.
When was this? Excuse me.
I'd say a little over 2 years ago, maybe.
Nice.
Like, I don't really keep track of that kind of stuff, like how long I've been on or how many videos I made, none of that.
For sure. I'm just trying to get a roundabout, because I've been on for about a year and about a year or so. So I'm just always wondering kind of how old everybody else is in the YouTube game.
Yeah, people are always asking me for like numbers like that. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't really care about that type of stuff.
Right.
I don't even know how many subscribers I had, but yeah, like I made that first video, not even knowing if I'd stick around with it or not. But then you start to get that interaction. People start commenting and whatnot, and it just kind of keeps growing, because that kind of like feeds that addiction. Like, oh, I got to do this again. I got to put up another one. I got to show them what else I got. And
right.
The next thing you know, 2 years later, I'm still here.
That's awesome. Does Ricky Russo's the videos were you watching? Was it still that same backdrop of whatever, that bedroom with the fucking
pretty much. I didn't even notice till like
Right.
5 or 6 videos in that he never showed his face.
Yeah, right. It's like, what the fuck, man? I can't wait, dude. I got a series of videos that will be coming out in early next year that are pretty much going to be impersonating everybody else, and I can't wait to
But
do
yeah, I've actually
Ricky
had the pleasure of
Russo's.
meeting him in person though, because he's also in New York.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I was going to get into that. Like, he is a dealer at the White Tail. What is that card
Well,
that
he does a number White Tail. It sounds like a strip club.
Right, it does.
But no, it's White Plains, New York. That's
There
a
it
place.
is. Yes.
But yeah, he does a number of card shows, but that's the one I mostly go to because it's closest to me, which is maybe like a half hour away.
For sure.
So I see him at that one. I also met a couple of other YouTubers at that show one time. I met Mike O and Wesker Griff.
Nice. I know those names. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Serenity Sports, Super 25 Sports, a bunch of guys that showed up at that show. So that was pretty cool. Would love to do that again.
Nice. You have plans on going to the National next year?
Not
Anything
really
like
sure.
that?
It's
I know I'm
kinda
going to
far.
try to get there.
Yeah, but it's close for you, Chris.
It's close, right in the Midwest, baby. Yep. Thank goodness.
I heard the following year might be in Atlantic City, so that one might be more of a real possibility.
Gotcha. That's cool to meet up with other YouTubers and shit like that. I mean, these people that you see on TV or on your phone all the time, or at least their hands. You'd be like, motherfucker, you ain't who you say, show me your hands. Oh, shit, that is him.
Yeah, the way I found him was through his voice because I had no idea what he looked like.
Right, no shit, right?
So
Did you say
like,
your sister's ass?
I was just looking at some boxes that a guy had, and all of a sudden I hear the Ricky voice, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Ricky Russo.
That's fucking crazy, right? Can I get your autograph, sir? What's he look like, man? Can you tell the world, or are you like obliged, or did like you sign some document where you
I
talk
signed
about
something.
it? You must have, because you know what? To prep for this, I was going through your history of videos, and I came across this application to be in Ricky Russo's crew.
That's probably my most viewed video, I think.
Gangsta ass motherfucker right here, the suit and shit. Men in Black number Quattro. What did you end up making the crew or what?
Yeah, I won that contest.
Did you win that contest? That's fucking awesome.
How could I not? Did you not see the video?
Right, that shit was dope as fuck. Oh, that was awesome. So you still watching your shit, we got plenty of time here, but I want to talk a little bit about WWE. Like how much of a fan are you with everything else going on? Like you watch the shows live, or do you kind of catch up with them, or what?
WWE, that's like a whole nother 2-hour show right there.
I know, right? Man, we're gonna we'll be doing a lot of these.
No, but yeah, like I still love it, but hate it at the same time. Like if you can kind of understand that.
Oh
like,
yeah, I understand.
It's kind of like the way I explain it to some of my friends is like, because some of my friends don't watch it anymore. They're like, why you still watch it? And it's kind of like your favorite sports team, like when they're like making all the wrong moves, all the wrong trades and all that. But they're still your team, and you still keep watching and hoping that it gets better.
So bad it's good. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
That's how it is with WWE right now. Like they have so much talent, but like the script writing is garbage lately.
It's so horrible. It's so horrible.
They can't keep me there for like the full show anymore. Like
that's why I was wondering if that's like how you do it, or you just kind of like I just watch
keep tabs on what's going on.
Right.
But there's no way I'm gonna sit there for 3 hours on Monday. That's just
no way. Absolutely not. I mean, I have the WWE Network. They have a show called This Week in WWE. It just recaps both shows for me in 24 minutes. And then if I miss it, the pay-per-views are on, and they recap the whole month for me. Before every fight, they recap everything.
Yeah, I don't even watch those recaps because really, if you just tune into the pay-per-view, they're going to replay everything like a dozen times anyway.
A dozen times, yeah, for sure. But that's their fucking MO, man. That's what that's not their only MO, but that's one part of what makes WWE so amazing is like they replay a lot of that stuff. So it's like, God, what am I trying to say here?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure
out. It's like with catchphrases in The Rock. You hear him so much, you want to hear him say that. If I go to a WWE show back then, I go there and I want to hear him say these things, and that's like the magic of WWE, or one of the things that makes them is so they're like an interactive
Yeah,
show
but
with
honestly,
the fans and shit.
I feel like they're forcibly trying to create, like that next.
Now that's happening, yes.
Yeah, like they're trying to create those catchphrases now rather than having them happen naturally.
Yes, 100%. They're piping in chants, yeah, you're right, 100%. But it's like such an interactive show, and that's like kind of what, and it reminds me of kind of like how Pepino Man and me and him were talking about. He does his things like a wrestling personality or whatnot. Like you're waiting for him. If someone sends him a Corey Seeger, you know what he's gonna do. You're waiting for it. Just like when The Rock grabs, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that
Yeah,
kind of
see,
repeat effect and shit.
When it comes to like Pepino Man and The Rock, never thought I'd make that
I
comparison.
know, right? We just blew it up. Pepino Man and The Rock. Holy
but I think
shit.
like those things happen organically. That's why they become so much fun. But I feel like now they're like, okay, go say this so we can go put it on a T-shirt.
Oh my goodness.
And
When it comes to Pepino Man and The Rock, I cannot believe it. That is gold right there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I still like I said, like I still can't like completely turn away. Like I don't know what it is.
I hear you. It's something to watch. It's a soap opera. It's
that love. I gotta say, I love
yeah.
the business as a whole. I've always respected it. Like I can remember as a kid having to defend watching wrestling.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Family was always telling me, "Why are you watching that garbage? That fake garbage."
Yep.
And even now, like the visceral hate for wrestling is crazy. Like you got people like, "Why are you watching that fake garbage?"
Right.
But yet those same people will line up outside a theater to go watch the next superhero movie.
Exactly.
Like,
a garbage ass.
You think they really have those superpowers?
Right.
I'm like, no, but you're letting yourself get lost in that moment for a few hours.
Exactly.
And you root for certain people and you hate certain people. And it's the same thing as like a really great movie.
Absolutely.
When it's good. Like I don't think it's been that good for a while though.
It's true. It's damn true.
There you go, the catchphrases.
Right. See, I mean, they'll be with us forever, but yeah, they're trying to manufacture. Yeah, you know what, man? And their script writing, like, I don't get the whole. We all know, like, the whole Brock thing. It's just that title is tainted. It's weird as fuck. Like, I don't understand why there isn't just a SmackDown champion, a Raw champion, and then that Universal is the champion of both shows. Like, you'd want to climb the one mountain of your show, and then of course you take your shot at the Beast or who it should be Braun. Get rid of paying Brock Lesnar whatever million. Nobody cares if Brock's gone.
I don't even mind the whole Brock part-time thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the belt though.
He doesn't need the belt. Well, then what does he do? Like, I guess
Brock. No, then you can just bring him back occasionally for like a quick feud.
For sure.
When Brock Lesnar shows up, it's like it's a big deal. That's why I like the thing about him going away. If he was there every week, he'd be stale by now. With their writing, are you kidding me? Like, if Brock showed up every week and had to talk every week, had to wrestle every week with his 3 moves, are you kidding me? Like, he'd be so boring by now.
Yeah, you're right. When you say it like that, you're right. That's new.
When you let him go away for a few months, it keeps him special. When he shows up, you know it's a big deal.
Someone's gonna get their ass fucking beat.
Yeah, like when that music hits, it's like, oh shit, Brock's here.
Fucking, I remember watching we were just watching a random ass fucking whatever it was. Maybe it was Nitro. I think he started in WCW, right? Yeah, I think no,
it did not.
No, he never went to WCW. No, okay, well, it was a random ass Raw then, and then he came out of the crowd. I think in F5 somebody when he was like 24 years old or something. Was really
that might have been his debut.
It was his debut. Yeah.
They signed him. He was like a great college wrestler, and they signed him straight out of that.
Fuck yeah, he tried out for the Minnesota Vikings.
He had that great like developmental class with John Cena and Orton and Shelton.
Are you sure he didn't start in WCW?
Chris, don't mess with me when it comes to wrestling.
Right, who the fuck am I talking to? Man, I'm gonna look at my fucking phone.
WCW was dead by that time.
Man, yeah, you're right. He didn't start. No, Brock and... Man, you're right. All right.
I mean, you can look it up after the show.
That's right. After the show. I'll forget. Have you seen a few events live? You've seen baseball games and shit live. What about some WWE?
Yeah, a few. I wish I would have seen more, but
Me too.
but the one good one that I got to see, because I usually went to see like the non-televised events,
That's what I saw too.
which can
Yep.
sometimes be pretty good, like
Yep.
because they're willing to try some
They're
more stuff on
trying
those,
more. Yep.
like work
Exactly.
some stuff out. But the one really good one that I got to see was the 2008 Royal Rumble at
Oh,
Madison Square Garden.
nice. A real
Yeah.
one.
Got to see Ric Flair on the opening match. Got to see Chris Jericho.
Oh man, would I
See,
love to see Flair's moves.
The number 1 entry in the Rumble was Undertaker.
Nice.
Number 2 entry was Shawn Michaels. So that right there was amazing.
Nice.
John Cena surprised everybody at number 30.
No shit. No shit.
He was injured. Everybody thought, like, what, is his career over or what? And then all of a sudden he pops up.
Pop. Oof. What
Holy
pop?
I'm not even a Cena fan, but I gotta admit, I popped when I
Just
heard that
pop.
music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh,
that's what
shit,
it is, man. Like the energy of that interactive show is amazing.
Yeah, but then he got in the ring and started throwing everybody out. It's like, oh, like we're back to this.
Fucking John Cena. He's gone up and down, heel, baby. I guess I don't know if he was ever the heel, but you know, crowd hate, crowd love, crowd hate.
He was early on, but once he became like that new Hulk Hogan, forget it. Like,
yeah, I saw John Cena in Milwaukee when John Cena was still just. It was before his longer jean shorts and shit. He came out on a non-taped show, and he had just red like spandex tights on and like red wristbands and shit. Just the name. Yep, John Cena. I was like, look at this goon, this fucking no-name jobber. He ain't got no career. He's garbage.
Yeah,
you know,
who would have thought
whatever.
he'd be one of the biggest names ever?
Fucking blew up, man. You're right. You pretty much hit that company's next Hulk Hogan status. Untouchable.
Well, I'm pretty sure we've lost everybody with all this wrestling.
Exactly, right? Just snooze. Snooze. The only person left is a come off an egg, and he's like, hell yeah, everybody. So fucking A. So what holidays? Fuck, you got holidays coming up and shit like that. Puerto Ricans, they celebrate Christmas, right?
Well, yeah. We're human, Chris.
Right. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big holiday person myself, but you know, my family's really into it.
Do you ever ask for baseball cards? I always like kind of get that question, right? Because it's so weird.
No, not because of that. If you've ever had family buy you baseball cards, you know that they don't know what the hell they're doing. Like,
are these good? Yeah, Graham.
Buy you one of those packs that you opened the other day. What was that? Like, those Fairfield packs. Like,
them Fairfields, yeah. Hey, you get a lot of Chris Autos, bro.
I don't want a whole stack of those, so I make sure not to tell them to buy no cards.
Right. Don't go to Walgreens and grab my gift, please. Gift card to eBay, be just fine.
I've actually been like ordering some boxes myself, like my own Christmas gift. I've been ordering some 90s
You don't
boxes.
say. Oh shit, nice. Like what sport?
Mostly basketball.
What are those 90s basketball still $5 to $10 or are those
next to me right here? I got 93, 94 Fleer.
Nice.
Which again, 93, 94, the first year I started.
Is that weird? Yeah, I know what that style is too.
I was looking for the upper deck, like the first pack that I bought.
Yep.
But I ended up with the Fleer because it was super cheap, like $15 for a hobby box. You can't beat it.
No, you can't, especially for a hobby box. Hell yeah.
94, 95 Skybox Premium.
Woo!
Again, this is all stuff I remember buying, so the nostalgia was hitting me hard.
For sure.
And I bought a 87 Donruss baseball, and I think I have a few other boxes on the way. I think I got a gallery from the mid-90s.
Nice. You get all those for like $8 total or what?
Super cheap. Like, some of them are less than a blaster, less than $20.
Damn, that's awesome. That's
Donruss
awesome.
was around 30.
And I remember back in the day, like there'd be no way I could ever buy a whole box of cards. Never ever. Like $40-$50 for a whole box of 36 packs of $1.25 each. Come on.
That's like on the cheap side now, $40-$50.
Right.
Try getting a decent hobby box, like under $75.
Dude, what is the hobby these days, man? Like, you know, when we started talking, you're like talking about the glorious,
segue, right?
Right. You talked about the glory days of the 700 card sets and shit like that, man. Like now there's 700 sets of like fucking just a few
Oh shit!
cards. You know, just a few cards of the same fucking people. I mean, to me, that's fucking weird as fuck and kind of dumb. But
There it goes. Everybody rolling their eyes.
boom,
like there he goes,
unsubscribe.
talking shit about
Unsubscribe,
modern
you
cards
right?
again.
You know what I collect, you asshole. Unsubscribe. That'll show
I feel
him.
like, I don't know. I feel like over the
BrahjCast.
past,
Think you're
over
so
the past,
cute.
over the past few months, I feel like I've been like more negative towards the modern cards, which I don't want to be because I like some of the modern stuff. Some of it's really cool.
For sure, but not
But
all of it, right?
Yeah,
Not
but there's a lot of it that isn't. Very
all
cool.
of it, yeah. So much. And there's only so much you can do with 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches.
And if
When
you want,
80%, I don't know.
want the cool stuff, you're paying like triple digits for these boxes. Like it's
Dude.
crazy.
That's what got me started. I was dropping a Disnews and I was on fucking YouTube and there it was, KG Sports Cards. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen pack of cards in a while. And I was like, he's opening a box. Boom, let's watch it. He opens this, what I presumed was a box of multiple packs. No, it was a box, which I later found out was $500. And it had one card in it. I pooped so fast. I was like, bloop. I was like, what the fuck? One
And who was it?
card? It was, yeah, dude. It was like Joey Cora. You know, like one of 25. You know,
hey, Joey
like,
Cora's Puerto Rican.
Right?
I would have loved that.
Hey, dude. I was like, holy shit. And then, of course, watched a couple more. And he did get some good, but it is mostly, you know, when he like reveals him, he's like,
amazing hits out there, but
man,
you gotta break so much of it to get that amazing hit.
$500, bro.
Like,
yeah,
I could never do it. There's no way I could ever. I don't even know if I could pay $500 for one card.
No,
unless it was like a Jordan rookie or something.
What do you think is the most on one card, if you can say it publicly? I'll whisper mine because my wife can hear me.
About 100. Like the most I go is like 100.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
That's just something like I really want. That's like that never pops up. It's like really rare, and I have to have it. But that doesn't really happen often. Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, the that 1-on-1 I showed, I may have. I don't know if I overpaid, but I paid a bill for that one, for that 1-of-1 Eckersley, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, I feel that's fair. Like every now and then, as long as you're not doing it like constantly.
Yes, and I'll never get a Canseco 1-of-1 because, like I said in that video, like that's a big arena. That's where the big boys. There's a lot of fucking players in the Jose Canseco game, and they got big ass wallets. So it's like I will never ever own one.
That's one of the many reasons why I like collecting Bernie Williams. It's like,
yes,
he's like one of the least popular guys from those Yankee teams.
Yes, dude. Go ahead.
You have a lot of guys on Jeter, on Mariano. Those
yes,
guys, which I love them too. But there's no way I could like super collect any of those guys.
Expensive. No way, man. Like back in the day when I converted over to playing, collecting basketball cards and shit. Like, of course, I wanted Shaq rookies and Webbers and fucking Penny Hardaways, but I super collected Brent Barry because he was like the first white guy I've ever seen dunk from the free throw line.
Oh yeah, he was popular.
He was popular as fuck, but dude, his rookie cards were like a nickel. Like, because of course he just was a jobber forever. He never a superstar. But like for me, that's awesome. I still have a huge binder filled with Brent Barry rookie cards.
Oh, that's it. You know, I'm sending you a bunch of Brent Barry.
Oh, dude, man, I love Brent Barry, man. Like that was like my first dabble into like really trying to collect hardcore, like a lot, and hunting down like the parallels, because like that was like damn, what was that brand? Like Skybox EXL or some shit. I can't remember what they had. Blue borders, black borders, red borders and shit, you know, and it was Brent Barry because it was easy, it was fun, and it was cheap. Fucking easy. I love that shit.
I made the mistake of trying to super collect Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right. Got about 3 cards in, and you're like, well, fuck that.
Yeah, at some point I realized that wasn't gonna happen. So I'd say I still have like about 300 Jordan cards, which is not bad. Dude,
that's awesome. Yeah, 100%. The only thing I super collect of Jordan is the 1991-92 Upper Deck card where it's just a simple 2-handed dunk, but I love I think that's Upper Deck's first year in basketball, and I really love that design. And of course, it's Jordan. It's card 23. They did it right. He should be card number 23 in every single fucking set. It's fucking Michael Jordan. Maybe
I think they did it often, not
sometimes.
Always.
And then, you know, he came back as 45. He was a late addition. He was like card like 01, like 401. He was the last card in every set that year. But I really remember that 91, 92 Upper Deck. And that one I can find every once in a while for $2-3. But on eBay, a card that's $2-3 is fucking $7 with with that shipping on it and shit. It's like, God damn. So I wish I had more card shows around. Don't
even get me started on eBay.
I know, right?
That's a whole nother 2 hours.
Right, I know. We only got a couple minutes left. Like I told you, unfortunately, we got an hour before my phone blows up. But it was fucking definitely awesome. We're definitely going to do this again because we've just barely scratched the surface.
Half of the stuff we were going to talk about.
Just barely scratched the surface. But that's what this is, man. Is this is the first time we've ever really talked in person, so we got to get that little foundation built. So now next time we hop on, it's just like, yo, what's up? And let's just get right into it.
Depends on the kind of ratings we get on this.
If it's on my channel, it's garbage. Maybe we'll upload it to your channel.
I'll try to promote it.
Right, for sure. But fucking A, man. So how do people like get a hold of you or follow you? Are you on any other social media, or is it just YouTube?
I am on Instagram, but I haven't posted in there in like a year.
Man, I tried it. It's just another thing to post to.
Like younger collectors. Nothing against younger collectors, but they're always involved in some kind of drama or some shit. So
right, it's not what I want to be.
It wasn't a lot of fun, so I just kind of stopped. I've always thought about maybe I'll go back and post some stuff there again, but just haven't gotten around to it.
I hear you.
Same name, Victor Negron Cards.
Okay, what about Twitter? Nothing there?
I think same deal. I'm on Twitter, but I'm like never on there. Like I just made an account to follow like Tops and some other companies, but
right.
I never really checked. I haven't checked it in months, literally.
All right, so then basically it's just go to YouTube and type in Victor Negron's Cards, and then boom, go from there.
Comment on my videos. I love comments.
Have your mind blown. All right, cool. Well, fucking A, man. That was awesome. I really appreciate your time. I know it's probably late as fuck where you're at, but it is Saturday night, so is what it is.
Just started, man.
And you're in New York. Dude, I'm in Wisconsin, so everybody is sleeping here, bro. It's fucking it's pitch black outside. I can see every single star in the universe right now. It's just nothing. Stark contrast to where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
But good shit, man. I really appreciate it, and we will fucking do this again sometime early in the year, maybe in like a month or two. Sound cool?
All right.
All right, man. We'll say goodbye to the millions, and then I'll let you go.
Goodbye, millions.
All right. That's Victor Negron's Cards. Check him out. YouTube, Victor Negron's Cards. YouTube, the BrahjCast. Have your mind blown. And that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you spread that love. Spread that positivity. Be good, people. And we'll holler at you next time. All right, later, brother.
Later.
He's like, shit, am I still on? All right, peace out, man.
That last sip of beer got
Oh.
Say it with me now, what's going down? Chris from the BrahjCast bringing the sound. Yeah, best in the game, Canseco should be his name. Straight from Little League to YouTube Hall of Fame. On top with the tops and the top hat. Can't stop, too high, you should know that. The champ in the world of podcast, Mail day, car breaks, bars for days. Collect everything, funny face, crazy names. Subscribe now, come get a taste, hey. Spreading the love and positivity. Sunday night is BFRG. Surprise, surprise, never know what it gon' be. Click fast, don't miss out. BrahjCast, say it with me now.